Evil Dead Rise is finally here. We're going to let you know how it is. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Fly By Night Reviews. I'm your host, Kiren
and Dom.
Today we're going to do a movie review of the new film, Evil Dead Rise. It's now in theaters. What do you think, Dom?
I had a good time with the movie. My initial thought was just it was great, but then just kind of started thinking more. What about you?
I liked it. I liked how they were trying something different. It kind of felt like an Evil Dead movie. It sort of caught me off guard,
right?
Because I think my expectations were so high that, and then plus us seeing all the previous movies kind of so close together
and so recently,
I could really compare. And although I didn't dislike the movie, I didn't love the movie, but I thought it was a good movie, and I think people will like it. If you're new to the Evil Dead franchise or like just the Evil Dead movies and just kind of this is your first movie, I think you'll really enjoy it. I think the fact that I have so much a connection with the older films that it's kind of like I'm comparing almost like but overall, I mean, it was really well made. Great special effects. Great cinematography.
Gore.
Yeah, really good gore. All the actors and actresses are really good. Especially the main character, Ellie.
The mother.
I think she did a great job. But anyway, we're gonna start talking about spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film, I suggest you go out and see it and come back and let us know what you think. Yeah, it's good. Go check it out. So the beginning kind of starts off.
Yeah, the cabin on the lake, or actually more of the lake or something than the cabin. But
it kind of starts off with that, the very rainy camera movement again, and there's a woman that is not feeling well, and her boyfriend. Yeah, I was like, okay, so is it going to be at first I was like, is it going to be set in a cabin again? And I was like, okay, because I only maybe watched the trailer like once, so I didn't really know. I didn't really read about it either. I didn't know like the plot. So
I tried to avoid most of the stuff that I could. But after watching it, I kind of would have liked to see more of that. But yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of starts off with a possession early on in the movie, and it kind of like after that scene, it says 2 days earlier or 1 day earlier or something, and then it goes back to our family with the mother and the 3 kids that live in an apartment.
First, it goes to we don't know who she is at first, but it ends up being the mother's sister.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I think her name's Bridget. Or like no, Beth. Is the mom's sister, and she's like taking a pregnancy test, and she finds out she's pregnant, and she flies down the next day to visit her sister, and that's kind of when we get introduced to the family and everything. So we kind of get introduced to the family, and then there's an earthquake. They go out to get some food, and they're in the garage, and an earthquake happens, and then all of a sudden there's like a hole in the ground, and
I guess the apartment they live in was built on top of an old bank or something.
Yeah. So the son Danny kind of investigates, and of course finds the Book of the Dead, and picks it up, brings it in, and also finds some vinyls or some records to go along with it. That's kind of convenient. It's like the records were with the. But anyway, the drill is like he goes upstairs and he.
It's a horror movie. Someone always does something stupid to kick things off.
Yeah. So basically, he opens the book, or he attempts to open the book, and then he cuts his hand on the book, and then the blood kind of activates the book, and it opens up. And then while it's opening, he starts playing the records, and then the records obviously play the famous
incantation. Yeah.
Incantation. And then, of course, that's when it all happens. The mom gets possessed, of course, first, and then from this point on, the movie is kind of like
chaos ensues.
Yeah, it's pretty much your typical kind of Evil Dead movie, but for whatever reason, it felt like it could have been. It took a long time to get going. Like, it was kind of slow.
It definitely wanted you to care about the characters more so than any of the other movies, I guess. Well, the 2013 one was not. They got you to care about the characters, but it didn't feel like it was as long.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely trying something different in this one. It wasn't funny. There wasn't like funny parts at all. It was closer to the 2013 version, but for some
very dark, yes.
Yeah, like I was telling him earlier, if this movie, it was like someone made a horror movie kind of similar to Evil Dead and then just slapped the Evil Dead name on it. It didn't really have that same Evil Dead feel like the other films. Even the 2013 film kind of had a certain feel to it. This one, it was just like you're kind of almost like a zombie movie where people kind of getting infected, and then so in that aspect it was different.
Right.
I mean, which I respect because it's 2023.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we've said, it's in no way is it a bad movie. It's a good movie. It just didn't feel like an Evil Dead movie.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you don't know Evil Dead or if you've never seen an Evil Dead movie, this is like
it's a good gateway.
Yeah, it's a gateway film because like there was a lot of younger people at the theater and they were like really into it, and I was kind of like, I've seen so many horror movies and like so I was kind of like, okay, cool. I mean, I wasn't like necessarily like unimpressed. It was just sort of like, oh yeah, I've seen that, like that's cool. But I think it was, for me, it was lacking that Evil Dead appeal that I love so much. And it's definitely, you tell they're opening it up for sequels.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was definitely not like a forced kind of like, kind of cliffhanger sequel. It was like, if they want to, they can go with it. If nothing happens, you're not left wondering.
Yeah, exactly. But there's also a cool scene where the mother and all the victims, I think the son and the daughter get possessed too. They all kind of combine into like one big kind of like creature.
Mob.
Yeah, and that was sort of interesting. Yeah. And then of course, I think Beth, the sister of the mom, like somehow there's a chainsaw that just comes out. I mean, I noticed a chainsaw in the beginning of the film.
The combination of Beth, Danny, and Bridget kind of one of the arms grabs a chainsaw and is going to cut off the youngest daughter's head.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then she somehow, I think, did they throw it at Beth?
Yeah.
I can't remember how they lost possession of the chainsaw, but yeah.
Yeah, and so it kind of like that was the one scene that they were sort of trying to like, okay, this is like, they're trying to make it an Evil Dead movie with it's like the standard,
chainsaw,
like,
there's a shotgun, yeah.
Yeah, something, and she said a phrase too.
Oh,
that was,
come get some.
Yeah, come get some, and of course, like us old folks were all like, oh yeah, I got that reference, and people in the theater were like, what?
I get that.
but yeah, I mean, it was a good time. I wanna see it again. I'll probably wait till it comes out on like streaming or Blu-ray or whatever. But I'll definitely check it out again, and it's a good movie. I enjoyed it, just not what I was expecting. I think like you have this expectation. If it doesn't get met, you're like kind of little disappointed. But it's a good movie. Some
of the like, because I've been seeing a lot of like praise in it of the movie, so it's like, it kind of tried to hamper my expectations, but kind of you get excited.
Yeah, that's why I try not to like listen to like Rotten Tomatoes, because sometimes it gets a high score and you're like, you watch it and you go, okay, it's good. I mean, it wasn't that good, but it was good,
right?
But yeah, I think you should go out and see it, and it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy that. As always, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of this film. Did you like it? We also have a brand new Facebook page that we just started a few days ago. If you're on there, be sure to look us up. We're under Fly By Now Reviews. On that note, we will catch you next time.
Peace.